where dreams collide. Sarah's voice, a gentle guide through the realms of time and space. She takes us to a sacred place.
How do you feel when you sit by this tree of knowledge?
I feel like I don't know anything compared to what the tree knows.
What does this tree know? And do you get a sense how you get knowledge from this tree?
You get more knowledge by touching it or going with your back, your spine up against the tree, and it will give you information. It will help you.
That's beautiful. If you did that, what happens? Can you do that? Sit with your back against the tree and touch it?
I can do that now and receiving information. If I take my hands and put my palms behind me on either side of the tree and your feet up against the tree, you receive all of this information to help you on your journey.
Well, that's amazing. What does the tree tell you when you do that?
The tree tells me that you think you don't know anything, but you do.
Mm.
You're just concerned that people will judge you.
Oh, what does the tree say that you know? Tell me about that.
You've been given the wisdom. I don't know what the word is. You have been given wisdom. You just are not sure how to use it.
What does the tree advise you to do on how to use it?
No information's coming through.
I see. Okay. So it says that you have the information, you just don't know how to use it.
That's what the tree says, yes.
I see. Does the tree tell you anything else?
That tree tells me I'm a late bloomer.
Tell me more. What else does it say?
The tree is telling me that you are sad, little one. There's no reason to be sad.
Why is there no reason to be sad? What does the tree say?
The tree says that you are connected to everything. And since you are connected to everything, you receive divine love, divine love, divine love.
How do you find love?
No answer.
Hmm. What else does the tree say?
The tree says to let go of what you think love is, because it's not that.
What is love?
Love is unconditional, where you want to bathe in that love all the time. What you want to bathe in is all of the joy and the smiles and the breathtaking beauty that you can take in. You see that every day in your daily life. You take that in and you realize that beauty. Sharing that wisdom with someone else, people just don't understand. They don't see it. They're so involved in their everyday life. They don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. Feel the love from the divine. Feel the love, this unconditional. Your heart just wants to explode. You are bathing in that love now.
It's beautiful. As you bathe in that beautiful love, tell me more about yourself there. What do you notice about yourself there?
I just feel like there is no body. There is no, just this essence of presence. I have full body chills and understanding what all of that information basically means. There is no separation. There is no one looks better than the other or what houses they have. You are just all united. You are just all one.
And so beautiful. And does the tree give you any other information?
The tree just said, she's not ready.
Why? Why is she not ready?
No answer.
I see. And so you said that you feel as if you don't have a body. Tell me more about that.
I just feel like I'm floating in the air, kind of like a hummingbird going from flower to flower. I heard picking up information, and excuse the pun, but sucking it in, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And each and every flower has nectar for you to savor. Every part of it is one helping the other. You are just all united, like at this magical tapestry, this magic of color.
When you pick up this information and you suck this information in, what do you do with all the information? Is it stored somewhere that you're aware of?
I then become a honeybee, so I create honey, where all of that information is then kept. I see tablets where that information is written down, where the information from the flowers and trees, all of that is written down.
Tell me about these tablets.
I'm now in Egypt where the pyramids are. And the tablets I'm getting are hidden from plain view. Those that are ready to receive that information will receive it.
I see. How do
That
they receive it?
just by touching, they receive the information of knowing, but not everyone that touches will receive that information. This is the reason that you are going to Egypt.
Why is she going to Egypt? Tell me more about that.
To be with Sarah.
Well, that's good. What does she have to do?
You've been called to be part of this group. All of you are connected.
What does she have to do when she goes to Egypt?
Just to be. Soak in all the information. Soak in everything that you see. Share it with the like-minded people that are present.
Tell me about the group.
The mixture of people are amazing. Everyone is on a different journey. Everyone is on their own timeline. Each timeline is different. Each one has a different level of ego that is still stuck. This trip will help them dissolve their ego.
Amazing. Tell me more about these tablets where the information from the bees is written down. Can you tell me more about that on these tablets?
What I'm getting is the bees are safekeeping this information. The information that's written was given by the bees to the scribes as they were writing this information on the tablets. And this information is about information from the universe.
What type of information?
Information of how the nebulas have been formed, how the universes have been formed, and how you can tap into that. That is the reason Terry is so interested in time travel, because this information helps you to time travel to different realms, to different parallel universes, to different time frames, different lives. Power of information that can be misused. That's the reason it is so protected. It's not ready to be revealed to humanity at this time.
How do you, how were the nebulas created?
The nebulas are created by universal thought, everyone focusing on a combined effort to create these nebulas of stars and star systems, everyone with the higher purpose of what is really to be going on. All of the egos do not exist. Everything is coming from additional love and coming from source.
Who are these everyone? What are they exactly?
A group of like-minded people that are considered to be higher ascended masters of the highest light and highest vibration. They create these nebulas. They create these universes so that source can expand and understand itself better.
How do they create these universes?
I'm sorry, one more time.
How do they create these universes?
Just by thought, by
How do they,
all telepathically communicating with one another to create the desired result of the nebula. Then this nebula is multiplied by intention.
How does their thought, just their thought, create this? How does it work with just their thought and focused intention?
No answer.
Okay. So you were saying that Terry's interested in time travel. Can you tell me more about that? Why she's interested in this?
Because in many past lives, she was able to future time travel. She will actually be coming to herself when she's in Egypt.
Tell me about that.
She will have a vision of herself being seen and receiving the information from the tablets.
Wow. And what is she doing in the future?
She's going to be partnering with Sarah and Christy in helping the evolution of the planet and passing this wisdom on to others to help heal and to quantum jump humanity.
I love it. I love it. Great. Can you tell me about this lifetime, though, that she has in the future or that she is having?
The information that's going to be received, she will write a book about it. She claims she doesn't understand how to write a book, but she will be given the information of how to write it and all of the directions and guidances that she needs to have this disseminated to everyone that needs to have this information. She will be connecting with those tablets on an energetic level and receiving all of the information telepathically.
That's fantastic. And can you tell me more about this lifetime that she's having? This future lifetime where she can visit herself? Can you tell me about that?
Her future self will see her physical body. It's almost like a projection from Star Wars. But she will be able to visualize what's going on and to tap into the source that Terry's touching with her physical body to receive the information for the future.
Wow. So this future version of herself will not present physically then. She will just tap into it. Is that what you mean?
There will be more of a hologram that will be visible to Terry and she will recognize it, but it will not be visible to everyone else present. The information, when she touches the area, will then be received by her future self, and her future self then will be able to write about the experiences that are there to know that the wisdom and the guidance is there also.
And do you want her to write this book in her current lifetime then? Or no?
She has plenty of time. She thinks that she's dying soon, but that is not the case.
What do you want to tell her about that?
She came to experience all of the horrendous things that she has been through, to heal that and to work energetically and to prove to people that this can indeed be accomplished. They get stuck in their egos and they don't think that that is possible. She is here as a way shower to basically prove to people that you have the ability to go through trauma, to heal your body, and to succeed in any way that you dream possible. This is the purpose of what life coming to Earth is all about.
Well, how is she supposed to heal herself and heal her body? What do you want to tell her about this?
She has prayed, she has yelled, she has screamed, she's gotten angry because nothing has worked. At least that's what she believes, is nothing has worked, because she realizes that nothing has worked.
Well,
No
why?
other information.
Well, why hasn't anything worked?
She had to have a QHHT session with Sarah to get to the root cause of what this is about, which is what she has been asking for. She needs to understand that the body is a magical system, and that this magical system can be regenerated, renewed, but it has to be when the ego totally gets out of the way. Because she doesn't see the results of what is happening. She feels that nothing is happening, and that's not the case. She just doesn't have patience. Her patience level is expected for immediate results, as to opposed to what's been going on for the past 5 or 6 years with her physical presence, where in reality, most of this has been going on for a very long time, for generations back.
Well, when she has been asking, what's been happening?
We hear her pleas, we hear her cries for help. No other information.
As when she asks, was anything happening?
She has to be taken to a Pleiadian's mothership. She was. But she doubted that the information was actually happening because she saw no results. Because she expects it to be happening instantaneously. Because she asked.
Was something happening or no?
Her ego wants to step in right now, and I'm pushing her away, telling her to go sit in the corner right now.
Well, did she have any healing from being on the Pleiadian mothership?
There was healing. Right now that she has this relationship with food, this is epigenetic in regards to what has been going on. It has to do with the way the food is processed, and her body can no longer tolerate any food without having a reaction to what is going on.
Why? Why is this happening to her right now?
Her light body needs to be pure and clear, and food is not part of that. However, as a human, she is necessary to feel her body, but she does not know how. She's tried many things that have been totally fruitless, sometimes with guidance, but sometimes because there is doubt from the ego that that will actually occur. But it is mostly because her light body needs to be as light as possible. And food from this realm is not something that she can tolerate.
Well, what should she do then?
No answer.
Okay, so she needs to then not eat these foods, or what should she do when it comes to these foods?
No answer.
Okay, how can she expand her light body?
She continues to work very diligently on her energy and also her energy hygiene, which will be continue to help her with her journey. be surrounded by like-minded individuals to help supplement her need for attachments.
Okay. Okay. What was it like for her when she went aboard the Palladium mothership? Can you tell me about this?
She was blown away with everything that she saw and how technology can help heal the human body with will and also energy. Energy beds that were amazing. They were contoured to the body, that were soft and flexible. She was connected to a machine that actually was able to scan through her body to determine what organs and systems that needed to be adjusted. However, she only did that for 5 weeks. It was not enough time based
Oh,
upon all the damage that has been done to her body. She has had a lot of trauma. Some of it she has released, some of it that still needs to be released.
so you want her to go to this mothership more often? Is that what you mean?
Yes, a minimum of 30 days.
And does she know exactly how you want her to go about doing this? Is she doing it correctly, or is there anything you want to tell her about her process?
Her intention just before she goes to bed is more than enough time to actually continue the healing process.
Can you take her there right now?
Yes, of course.
Tell me more about what it's like there.
There are tall beings that have energetic bodies that kind of float above the surface of what the ship is.
Mhm.
I'm in this room with a giant 180-degree view of space. And there are monitors of all different kinds of colors that mean nothing to her. But she's taken by a host and taken to this specific room where everyone that has asked for healings from the Palladians are now receiving healing processes.
Could you tell me about this host? What is the host like?
The host is very congenial, very loving, takes you by your hand and says, "Come with me, I will take care of you. Everything will be so much better after you have had 12 hours on our beds. We ask you to come back every single day and you will be healed."
And tell me about the healing process. What is it like?
The healing process is very relaxing. You are given headphones to give soft, reflective music, but it's not music of this realm, it's music of the other realms. This music is healing music because of the vibrations that are part of it, and they send pulses through your ears down through your entire body to basically heal all of your cells, all of your DNA, all of your disruptions in your body that basically can heal you from head to toe, assuming that you believe it. If you come with any doubt, that will not happen.
Why? Why does doubt get in the way of this healing?
The doubt is your ego. The doubt is created because you're in fear. And when you are in fear, you cannot heal with except for anything except unconditional love.
Okay. What does the sound like, this music? How would you describe it?
I'm being shown nails on a blackboard, but it's not like that. It's the opposite of that.
Hmm.
And nails on the blackboard are kind of those etheric sounds that sound screechy, but at the same time have a very high resonance. And the high
Hmm.
resonance, that sound wave, actually is what heals the cells. Sound has an amazing quality. That is the reason she's come back to be a musician and to use the energy to help others in regards to her healing music and also her teaching methods.
Wow. Okay. So can you put her on these healing beds right now?
Yes, I can.
Tell me more about it.
We will start at the crown of her head because right now she's experiencing a headache and intense pressure because her blood is not circulating in the fashions that it's normally required in a human. We will take her blood and reprocess it and recirculate it.
Thank you. Why is her blood not processing correctly? What's going on? What's the very root cause of that issue?
She's taking in so much energy and so much work that she is doing that is wreaking havoc in her physical body. And thus her physical body is rejecting what is going on. We have to calm the nervous system to basically heal the body and to calm it down and to know that everything will be okay. Patience is required.
Well, okay, so she's taking in too much. What should she be doing?
No answer.
Do you want her to not take in as much?
This lifetime, she has decided that she wanted to go for the gusto. And her choice of doing the gusto is resulting havoc in her physical body. We will continue to work on her physical body so that she can handle all of the continual light that she has. She has a different additional purpose, which is yet to be revealed to her.
When will she receive her purpose?
When she is in Egypt.
Oh, amazing. Okay. What has she done anything wrong?
No, life is always a journey of hills and valleys. She just has had more lows than she is really have thought she would have.
Why does she have more lows? Was there a purpose for this?
The players involved decided that they wanted to turn up the volume. Turning up the volume was not really what was originally anticipated. The volume of the severities of those hurt her emotionally very deeply. She has done lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of healing in regards to healing her traumas that have happened in this lifetime.
Who are the players involved?
Her family, her extended family, some friends that she thought were friends that were really not friends because all they were doing was tapping her for information.
Well,
But
how did they turn up this volume?
they chose different paths than what originally was based upon their free will about what was supposed to happen. And they decided that they wanted to take a different path using their free will. And these
Oh,
free wills have affected what has happened with Terry.
okay. What does she need to understand about this?
She had nothing to do with what happens. It was their choices. Their choices have a ripple effect of whatever happens around, just as they are tapestries of the webs that are created by individuals.
Okay, I see. So how is she doing on this ship now? What are you doing to her, or what is happening to her there?
We are continue to circulate her blood and also to help heal and remove the tumor that is in her left hip. There are some other issues with cells that we are working on also in healing that need to be addressed, and they will be addressed now.
Thank you. What is the very root cause of her tumor in her hip, the very root?
Her fear of lack of money. The last 10 years have been very challenging for her. She has worked too much and not played enough. And now it is playtime, but because of her physical issues, she no longer is able to do that.
Mm.
We need to readjust that ratio so that the balance can be taken care of.
Well, what's the root cause of her fear around money? Where does that come from? Where does that originate?
Generations and generations and generations have repeatedly told by both spouses that there was no money. That was never the case. It was their belief system that she took on. These belief systems she has worked very hard to release and move past. She is starting to realize the abundance that flows by unexpected amounts when she goes to balance her checkbook. And suddenly it does improve because there's more money than what she thought there was.
I love it. And how is she doing as far as releasing this fear? Or is there any other suggestions you want to tell her as to how to release this fear?
She realized when she was preparing the list of questions for Sarah that there was a question that she crossed off. And the reason she crossed off, it was because she realized that she was asking something for the future that she feared. So when she is in 100% trust, she will know and experience that everything is going to be taken care of for her. She just needs to follow the guidance, which is what she has been doing. She has done an extremely well job of following the wisdom and the guidance that has come to her. She is very well connected to her guides and also to her higher self, which sometimes she ignores.
So her tumor is from a fear of money and it's generational, and she's starting to see that she is being taken care of. Is there anything else you would like to tell her about the cause, the root cause of the tumor, or any other messages when it comes to the tumor that you want to tell her?
The tumor will be dissolved. The root cause of lack is also dissolved.
Good.
Trust and know that with your QHHT, you can manifest all of the capital that you need and all of the cash that you need to pay your bills, to go on wonderful vacations, and to enjoy life and have fun.
Good. Okay. Does she need this fear any longer in her hip?
It no longer serves her. She's tried emotion code body releases, which have helped to
Mhm.
release some of the relationships in the past that have caused trauma to her physical body, and she has released that. She has released that. She has released that. It no longer serves. We will flush it out of her body. Please be sure to drink lots of water to flush out what all of the toxins are that we are flushing out now, especially through your blood. You will no longer need your blood pressure medication in less than 1 month, maybe 2, depending upon your amount of water that you are ingesting.
Thank you for that. Okay, what are you doing to her body then? What's happening in her hip right now?
We are bursting it with light to break up all the cells and to release all of the coagulation of tissue that is no longer required.
Is she
We're
feeling?
breaking up that also in her root chakra, which is for her an ugly area, but she needs to make sure that she is still in love with her body. She has worked very diligently to basically take care of her self-love and increase her self-love.
Oh, what is the very root cause of her issues in her root chakra? The very root cause. Where does that come from?
It goes back 10 generations. No, 11 generations of living in absolute fear and not having anything. including no food and eating food that is not good for you because there was nothing else to eat. Unfortunately, this has affected generations as far as the DNA is concerned, and thus the gene has been turned on in regards to the food that is going on in her body.
Tell me more.
Those generations, we can work on healing that generations because she has worked back to 7 generations, but we need to go back further into additional 4 generations to resolve this issue.
Perfect. Can you do that now, or is there anything else that she needs to understand about this?
It's done. All healed.
Thank you. How does her blood pressure look now?
It is better. We will continue to flood her with light to increase her crystalline body. We are working on some of her internal organs to basically heal those also.
Is she feeling or sensing anything right now as you do that?
She is feeling issues in her solar plexus and core stomach area.
What's happening in her stomach and solar plexus?
It's twisting back into alignment.
Okay. Will she notice a difference right away, or when will she notice this?
7 days to notice a difference.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do a bland diet for the next 6 days. On the 7th day, feast and enjoy the buffet of life.
Oh, that's wonderful. And how does her blood pressure look now then?
It is still better, but follow those words of guidance.
Okay, good. Okay. How does her hip look? Can you look deep into her hip?
She's feeling coldness there, which is the opposite of the light that we are generating, which is generating heat. So it is forcing it out of the body and going through the skin and all of the layers of the etheric bodies.
Okay, how long will this take?
We will continue to work even after this session.
Okay, when will she notice a difference?
When she goes to take her blood pressure and she no longer needs any issues because the hip was a notification that something was going wrong in her body, which is why her blood pressure was increased. Her doctor is the one that suggested that she goes on medication. Medication is not the answer because she needed to get to the root cause. Today's session is getting to the root cause of the 11 generations of issues that have to be resolved in order for her to be off of her blood pressure medication and the tumor dissolved. Finally, somebody listened to her, but she needed to pay attention and to have the session with Sarah to get to all of the issues. Her previous classes that she has attempted to get there, the person was not as diligent and understanding of what was going on. Thus, the reason she had to have a session with Sarah.
Did she get all the messages about her blood pressure, her tumor, that she needs to understand? All the messages?
She's received all of that and understands the energy that is involved in that. And she's grateful to release all of this and to go in the opposite direction.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Why does she keep having cramps when she eats certain foods? I think you talked about this before, about how you want her to develop her light body. But is there anything else you want to tell her about this?
No answer.
Okay. When it comes to her diet, well, you did say for the next 6 days you want her to eat a bland diet, and then on the 7th, feast. on life, basically. But what do you want to tell her about her diet?
Her pancreas is what I'm receiving information. Her
Mhm.
pancreas needs to be strengthened. We will work on that now to increase her pancreas so that when she eats fruit, even her favorite, which are red raspberries, that will not cause an issue with eating types of carbohydrates because her
Why
pancreas needs to be strengthened.
why was her pancreas weak?
She was missing sweetness in her bodies, sweetness in life, and sweetness, and she took on that energy emotionally, even though she attempted to release it. It is still not 100% released. We are going to release that now and take care of her pancreas so that her blood sugar will drop automatically,
Great.
assuming she stays away from sugar.
Okay, can you do this right now for her?
Yes, we are building structures to strengthen and build her pancreas.
Why, well, okay. What do you want to tell her about this lack of sweetness? How can she find sweetness?
No answer.
Okay, okay. You want her to stay away from sugar for how long?
Until she goes to Egypt.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you mean all sugar?
She can eat fruits, the fruits that she should stay away from. She has pears right now that she needs to send those out to the deer. They will enjoy those.
Okay.
She should eat berries, raspberries, and blueberries. She does not like blackberries because of the seeds. Those are the fruits that she can have one a day,
Just one a day?
one serving, which is less than 4 ounces, to be ingested, but in the morning, not in the afternoon or late evenings. Her body cannot tolerate that information, that energy that is received that late of day before she goes to bed. Thus, her body causes muscle spasms to reject the energy that has been taken. But if it is taken in the morning, it will be ingested and processed accordingly.
Wow. Okay. So what exactly do you want her to eat?
She has lots of servings of egg substitutes. She should eat high protein. She can have one slice of bread, one serving of raspberries. She should eat some lettuce, but only with olive oil and vinegar dressings. No other high fats until the seventh day, as her
Okay.
body is cleansed and purged of toxins.
Okay. All right. Okay. What is the very root cause of her issue with her thyroid? The very root cause?
The root cause is most of her adult life, and also as a child, she was repressed from speaking out and speaking her truth. And when she did, she was abused physically. We know that she chose this life in order to experience that, to grow from it energetically, and to be able to speak her wisdom and speak her truth. And that is the reason she chose the profession of being a teacher most of her adult life. She
Mm,
can speak out and she can be seen and she can be heard with ways that she will be respected and understood.
wonderful. Okay. Well, did she receive all the information when it comes to her thyroid, or is there anything that she needs to do or understand for it to be completely healed?
No answer.
Okay. So it was from her like not her suppressing her voice and everything like you said, but and that's why she was a teacher. But why is it not better now?
I'm being shown a visual of a past life where in a past life her throat was slit. She was a prostitute. She was a Jack the Ripper victim. Not that she was a prostitute, but she was a Jack the Ripper victim that had their throats slashed. And thus she has carried that memory, that incident with her. And that is also a reason for her thyroid issue. We can work on energetically sending love and light to that and to have her take a different path rather than the road that she chose when Jack the Ripper sliced her throat.
Thank you for that. Can you tell me about Jack the Ripper when her throat was sliced? What was Jack the Ripper like? Can you tell me about Jack the Ripper?
He had demonic eyes. He just stared right through you. I'm receiving information that he was possessed by a dark energy. And since I was energy of the light, that is the reason he chose to suffocate me and to slice my throat to avoid the light because he did not want to see the light.
Oh, wow. What did he look like? Tell me about him.
He had a tall, dark hat. He had a cape that he used to hide who he truly was. That is the all information I have. Because he surprised me and I only saw a quick glance of him.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the color of his eyes?
They were dark with no pupils. Normally that is light coming in, but in him it was darkness.
Tell me about yourself there, or what your impressions are of yourself. Could you see yourself there?
A similar lifetime where you were struggling financially in regards to keeping food on the table and also paying your bills. You were a very diligent individual that just was given circumstances that were beyond your control. And all you were doing was trying to get help from other people. And your life was snuffed out at a very young age.
Oh,
You were
wow.
only 23 years old.
Oh, wow. Were there any lessons for that life that she was trying to learn?
Pay attention to the warning signs when you are in a relationship. Just to get married is not the reason to get married. Those red flags are there for a reason. Follow your intuition.
I see. What happened after her throat was sliced in that lifetime? After she left that body, what was that like?
Crossing to the other side was a realization of what heaven really is, and that she felt joy and happiness while she was there that she did not experience from the time that she first got married.
What is heaven really like?
It is more of an energetic feeling than it is a place. The energy is of just unbelievably description. There's no words, no human words that can identify as to what that really feels like.
Amazing. From that perspective, could you see that lifetime where she was murdered by Jack the Ripper?
Yes, a lot of it was society forced in regards to this is what you have to do. You have to go from your family life to being told as to who you were to marry and when you married. The individuals don't necessarily care about you. They care about themselves and what their penis can do for them. And thus, the reason that he started cheating was the reason that you decided you were not going to take that. Thus, that pattern repeated also in this lifetime regards to standing for your power and to make sure that you were taken care of. It has not been easy for you, as in it was not easier in that past life also, but know that this strength that you have had has helped you tremendously in growing as a soul.
That's beautiful. Okay. Well, how is she doing when it comes to that now?
She is on a mission. Her mission is to have the best and the ultimate experiences that she can have on this earthly realm while she works and continues on her spirituality journey. We are very proud of her.
Oh, good. How can she have a really good existence from now on? Is there anything she could do that would really benefit her?
Again, to pay attention to the warning signs. When you get the warning signs, pay attention and do not go down that road. You know better. Your intuition is strong.
Okay. I'm just so curious when it comes to Jack the Ripper. So he was a man. I've just can't help myself. I'm curious. Can you tell me whatever you can about him?
He had black pointy boots that clicked almost like he had spurs on the back of his heels.
Hmm.
And there was a rhythm that there was almost like he had a cane with him, that he used this more as a status symbol as to opposed to needing it because of the way he was walking. He was a very domineering individual. He had a black belt on that had the letter S on it. I don't know if that was his surname or a relic that he picked up from someplace. He had a shirt that was ruffled with a vest that was closed with 3 buttons, but he all dressed in black except for this white shirt. He had 3 buttons on his outside of his coat where the sleeves were. His shirt, he had cufflinks, also with the letter S on it. I don't know what relevance that means.
Can you see his face?
I see pock marks like he had some type of disease. All I see is the eyes, which are just so piercing, and just looking into his eyes scared the bejesus out of people. But he tried to stay hidden, almost like he was a vampire.
Did he look at you when he slit your throat?
Yes, I saw him. I heard him walking behind me, and I turned to look at him to see who was following me. And I looked into his eyes, and I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. And all he said to me was, "You are mine," and sliced my throat.
Interesting. Do you get a sense where he worked?
No, it was a brief encounter.
Interesting. Was there anything else you noticed about him that seemed interesting to you?
Just he was a man of status and wealth.
You could tell that.
Yes, with the clothes that he was wearing. And he looked down upon people that were less fortunate than he. Very judgmental.
Do you get a sense why he was killing people?
A lot of it was paper sensationalism, similar to the tabloids of today. But he thrived of what blood did to the taste in his mouth. That's why I believed he was part vampire.
Tell me about that. Did he eat or drink this blood?
No, he did not. It's just that it created a sensation in his mouth to crave blood.
What do you mean?
Terry sometimes experiences when she sees blood. It creates a sensation in her mouth that kind of invokes a taste of metal, and that taste of metal is what he was addicted to. That taste of metal is what he craved.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And you said he could have been part vampire. Do you notice if he was?
I don't see anything special about his mouth of what you see in regards to vampires. He just craved blood.
Okay,
I'm being shown that I enjoyed having sex while women had their menstrual cycles. He
interesting.
was prone to prostitutes. That's why he thought most women of lower statues were nothing but prostitutes.
See. Interesting. Thank you for all of that. That's very interesting. Is there anything else you want Terry to understand about this lifetime? You did tell her about all the patterns. Was there anything else now that she sees a little bit more details that you want her to know?
No other information right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. You were saying earlier that it was because of her blood pressure that her right eye was hurting. Can you scan her right eye and tell me if there's anything else that would be causing?
What we've been doing with her blood has resulted in less eye pressure in her right eye. She's supposed to go to the eye doctors in May. No, in June. She will go to the eye doctor and the doctor will give her a release. But she is to know that that is all taken care of now with the
Oh,
recycling of what we've been doing with her blood.
oh, great. Is she feeling or sensing anything?
She's feeling better and her headache is gone.
Oh, good.
She normally does not have headaches unless there is blood pressure issues. We
Okay.
have resolved that.
Is she still on that ship? Are you still working on her there or no?
Yes.
Great.
Again, is she to come every night for the next 30 days?
So what she has to do is just ask before she goes to sleep?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's really good to know. Right. Well, how does the rest of her body look?
Is feeling lighter. She is flooded with light. She did some crystalline light energy yesterday that really helped her and tired her out, but it was regenerizing her at the same time.
That's good. What is the very root cause of the hair loss on the right side?
Too much testosterone. It is resulting in facial hair that she frequently shaves because she doesn't like how it feels. The testosterone levels have shifted after menopause, and the menopause issues have been long term, and she just is starting to notice the hair changes. You
Why
have
does
to,
she? Sorry, go ahead.
She has to shift her energy to be more balanced and more regards to receiving and giving to help the balance of the yin and the yang.
How can she go about doing that? What exactly does she need to do?
Every day when she gets up, to put both feet on the ground and visualize herself balanced. And her stomach just agreed with her.
Okay. Visualize herself balanced. Will that be enough if every morning she gets up, she puts her feet on the ground, she visualizes herself balanced? Is that enough?
That will be a start of it. There are many products that are available on the market, which will not necessarily help. We will try to stimulate the follicles in her hair on her right side to stimulate hair growth. She has started to do projects of telling her hair how beautiful it is and how she loves the color, and she treats herself by going to the hairdresser. Stimulating her follicles will help also. We will change some things energetically to help that process.
Thank you. Well, why did she have menopause symptoms last so long? What was the very root cause of this?
When menopause occurred, she lost her estrogen and became much more centered in testosterone, which has given her power to get through life as it has been for the circumstances that have presently been going on. However, the overabundance of testosterone has resulted in hair loss similar to what you see happen with men in their ages of 60s or more, that they have hair loss because of the testosterone too much.
Was there something she was doing or not doing that caused this, or why did this happen?
She took on the power of role of what would I have to do if I was a man to survive in today's area. Again, her stomach agrees. So the role of taking on the male role rather than the female role has resulted in that hair loss. She needs to release that, is what she needs to do. And to know that the balance between the male and the female is just as important in regards to what has to get done.
Okay, well, I mean, what was she supposed to do? Because she was on her own and she had to get things done. So how did she make a mistake basically to be so imbalanced?
She did what she thought she had to do to survive. She needs to eliminate that, and that will also help to balance the male and the female.
Okay, but what exactly does she need to eliminate so she's completely clear on what she's going to do?
She has to embrace her femininity, perhaps start to wear more dresses. That sounds like a egotistical reason as to why to wear dresses, but dress more feminine and less masculine.
Hey, okay, all right. And you also said be more receptive and to receive and more balanced in that way. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay. All right. Is there any other reason for the imbalance in her hormones? Any other reason?
You just stated it was a hormonal imbalance. She did have a testosterone test. The testosterone test resulted in too much testosterone. We need to balance that with more estrogen, more estrogen, more estrogen to help balance the female and the male parts of both parts of the body. We will do that now.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. What are you doing? I mean, is she feeling anything as you do that?
She will not feel what's going on. She will notice a difference in her hair growth, which will be much more accelerated, and to continue with the processes that she's already doing.
Good. Okay, great. All right. Is there any other purpose for the receding hair?
It has to do with her galactic heritage. Her galactics don't require hair and do not have hair. And she is headed with that light body. That's the reason that has been turned on to eliminate the hair process. However, in a human body, that hair is a necessity because it helps to identify individuals between most likely between male and female.
Can you reverse this and so she can, like you said before, her hair is going to grow and come in, but can you fix this for her now so that she doesn't have receding hair anymore and her hair grows back?
The balance has to happen first in order for that to happen. We will work on the balance of sending more estrogen for that to then occur. That process will also take 30 days.
Why does it take 30 days?
Because the imbalance is so much. That's the reason everything has happened on her left side, because it is the feminine side as to opposed to the masculine side.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me more about her galactics? The the beings that do not have hair. Can you tell me more about them?
They are bluish green. They are Arcturians. Her mother agreed to be taken to an Arcturian ship and to be impregnated, even though she believed it was her father. He is not her father. He is only her source of father. She is entirely a Arcturian hybrid.
Oh. What do you want to tell her about this? Can you tell her more about this?
She has not been connected to the Arcturians except on the cruise that she went to Mexico when she was connected with Vivian Chauvet. She felt a connection at that point in time, but that connection is not strong enough because of her earthly connections.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, can you tell me more about what you want her to understand about her being an Arcturian? So she's a hybrid completely. So what does that mean for her?
That is one of the reasons that she is experiencing hair loss, because she does not need her hair. And she is starting, because of that, she started to know that she was an Arcturian hybrid. And that acknowledgement was also the connecting area to disintegrate the hair follicles, because that is not occurring in the Arcturians.
Mhm. Okay, but you fix this for her and you said it will take 30 days, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want her to understand about the Mexico trip?
She was meant to go on that trip and to meet all of the people that she met, to experience all of the hidden secrets that truly do exist, and for her eyes to be wide open and open to all types of possibilities. And
What
to meet
else?
Sarah.
Oh, yay. So glad. What else do you want to tell her about the Egypt trip?
Be prepared to be blown away.
That's for sure. Do you want to give her any advice when it comes to the Egypt trip?
Be open to everything.
That's good advice. Why does she keep seeing the number 38?
She's identified the bulk of what 38 is. The number 11 is a master number. And after this lifetime, she will become an ascended master.
Wow. So why is she seeing it? Does it have any other meaning? Or does she get all the meaning behind it?
She gets all the meaning behind it. It's just a reminder
Okay.
of her connection as a soul, that we are here for a very short time and then we move on.
Okay. Why is she an Arcturian hybrid? Is there anything else about that you want her to understand?
That is what her physical presence is, but that's not who truly she is. Her soul identifies as to who she is.
Okay. Um, what do you want to tell her when it comes to QHHT? How can she get set up? Because she says she doesn't know where to start, basically, when it comes to like the technology, the domain name, and things like that.
She's afraid to make mistakes because of her history of when she was a child. She needs to go back and heal some of those wounds, even though she believes that she's healed them. Fear of making a mistake is not an issue. She needs to eliminate this fear, and she will know exactly what to do.
I see. Okay.
Her work and doing additional inner child work will help with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Her work will help with this as well.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that? How does that help her?
Her connection to get her head out of the way and to know and follow the wisdom and the guidance that she has is indeed correct. She knows it. It's just sometimes there is still a small percentage of doubt that she believes that she is hearing things.
Okay. All right. Well, does she understand this now? That she's not just hearing things?
Yes,
Okay.
she understands this fully.
And this fear that comes from her childhood, you said you want her to do more inner child work and work on this fear.
Yes, for fear of making a mistake. For her, because of the finances, which we have worked on her root chakra to increase her abundance, that she can eliminate, if she does the inner child work, the fear of making mistakes so that she can go forward and prosper. Excuse the shark, the
Okay.
galactic messages.
Mm, okay. Right. Okay, great. Well, can you release this fear for her now since she understands this and she's going to do these things?
Yes, we know that she will do the inner child work. It will only take one time. But it's for her to go back and experience that and to release that trauma. She knows how to do that. We will assist her in that now.
Can you do that now for her? Can you take her back to that time where this originated? Go back to the very root cause, very first time?
Yes, we will help to eliminate that fear. Thank
Oh,
you for guiding her, Sarah.
okay. Can you take her back there now?
We will.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell her or show her?
Still working.
Oh, okay. Okay, just let me know when you're done then.
We will continue to work on this. It is deeply seated, more than expected.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're working on it then.
We'll take 10 minutes.
Okay.
We are shifting now.
Okay.
It's tied to an emotion of something that she experienced witnessing a couple embraced in her living room when she was 9 years old. This 9-year-old child had never witnessed anyone hugging, kissing, expressing physical emotions, and she did not know how to deal with it. She left the house screaming and not understanding what she just witnessed. We are changing this timeline to eliminate this scene because she grew up in a household where physical love was not expressed.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thank you for that.
We are shifting the energies for that. We'll continue to work.
Okay, okay. Can I keep talking to you then as you
Yeah.
continue to work, or do you need to just continue to work?
You can keep asking questions.
Okay. All right. Is she in alignment for her next steps with QHHT, or what do you want to tell her about this?
Yes, she is in alignment. This is what she's been meant to do.
Okay. Can you release any fear or blocks when it comes to what she's meant to do?
Her fear is a failure, again, because of being intimidated by abusive men in her past.
Right.
So when she releases this fear, which we will help her do now, she will be able to move forward with confidence. This fear is being eliminated now.
Oh, great. Okay. What do you want to tell her about her next steps when it comes to QHHT? What are her next steps exactly?
This next weekend will be phenomenal, and she will be filled with her schedules of doing QHHT sessions, which will catapult her into the next level of where she needs to go. She just needs to take one step at a time. She is always in a hurry. She always wants everything done right away.
Okay, so it's basically this weekend she'll be on the right path then when it comes to this?
Yes.
Okay, is there any other advice you want to give her to make sure she's on this right path?
She followed our advice about contacting this expo center. She acted on the messages, which is what she needs to do going forward. And she knows this. She follows the advice most times.
Is there any advice you've been giving her that she's not following that you want to tell her?
She has been doing a phenomenal job. she has been following our advice.
Great.
And we thank her for that.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Can you do body scan on her? I know we talked a lot about her body, but can you scan her body and look deep into her body and tell me more about how her body is doing?
Yes, we can. There's a lot of twisting and turning going on in her solar plexus right now. This has to
What?
do from all of the energy work that we have been doing today.
Oh, okay.
This will subside after she eats today.
Okay. All right. What is the root cause of her issue with her back?
Not feeling supported.
Mm. What do you want to tell her about this?
That she can talk to us anytime that she wants. We are there to support her. She feels that she has no one to talk to in regards to a support. She cannot talk to her family because her family doesn't understand spirituality, or do they understand any type of energy work. And until they see their first spaceship, they will not. So repeating this information is not helpful. That's the reason she does not feel supported. We will build structures in her spine to help her feel supported and to know that she has to reach out to other communities of like-minded individuals to help her on her journey.
Okay.
Do not hide who you are.
Ooh. What part of her do you not want her to hide exactly?
By always speaking her truth.
Oh,
She
okay.
had an example when she went on vacation last year where someone judged her because this woman was in fear-based and had breast cancer twice and was very judgmental to Terry, and she felt the energy even though she tried to sever it. This woman, what people do not understand, they judge.
Mm. Well, what could she have done? Um, and was there anything she could have done? Because she tried to sever it, but she couldn't. Was there anything else that would have worked?
The woman is on her own journey. She will die of breast cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay. But was there anything that would have worked better than trying to sever it? What was there any other practice that you
There
would
was
have told?
nothing that Terry could do
Oh, why?
because the woman was in so much judgment and so much fear, and she did not understand, thus judged. And because she judged, she inflicted everyone else around her with her negative thoughts and her negative emotions and her negativity. And every chance that she got, she tried to send daggers to Terry.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you release any issues that came from that?
We cut all ties.
Thank you. Did she receive all the information when it comes to her back?
Yes, we have structures built to support her back.
Perfect.
She
Okay,
does
great.
not need to go to physical therapy.
Great. Will she notice a difference right away or will it take a little while?
She will notice a difference right away.
Okay. Right. Good. Um, and I know you already talked about the issue in her root chakra. Is there anything else you want to tell her when it comes to that? How does it look right now? Can you scan that area?
The root chakra is looking good. Know that the cysts that she is experiencing will be dissolved by next week.
Okay. Good. Okay. Um, it's perfect. Okay. How does the rest of her body look?
The rest of her body is pretty good. The healing that she did yesterday with the crystalline body was very energetically to help clear some of the issues. What happened today was to clear the rest that were deeply seated. Thank you,
How,
Sarah.
oh, thank you. How does her body look?
Her body is much better. It will continue to heal, continue to feel better.
Okay. And how effective was the inner child uh, thing that you showed her? Was that enough to release that fear completely? Can you check?
Some residual energy will continue to work on dissolving that.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I was just checking. What about her oracle cards? Can you tell me about her oracle cards? What do you want her to understand about them?
They contain all of her energy along with the downloads that we were providing to her. Right now, she is to use them for her QHHT sessions. They will help individuals with the visuals in regards to the additional information that comes through QHHT sessions. It is up to her as to whether or not she wants to take them to the next level. However, because each one is a creation that she made with her own hands, they cannot be produced with the same energy. It is best to use them only for her sessions.
Wow, okay, that's great. Anything else you want to tell her about this?
No, they have been all embedded in regards to the energy that needs to be received. She knows this.
Okay, okay. Why was she born into the family that she was born into? And I know you talked about her being a hybrid and everything, but why did she come into that family?
She was to experience all of the traumas to help others heal. Thus the reason she has chosen the teacher healer as far as her professions. She uses healing also with her teaching piano. She teaches more than just piano.
Mm. What do you want to tell her about her piano lessons?
Her students have enjoyed the joys of music without the pressures of what is the required repertoire. She is a unique teacher, and she does extremely well. She sometimes doubts her skills.
What do you want to tell her about her skills?
She is not to play in a church anymore.
Why?
Churches are filled with people that are filled with judgments and come with their own issues that are passed on to musicians that believe that they know better. The musicians are there as spiritual leaders in regards to unifying the congregation in sound and creation of healing energies. Those that do not understand that do not understand the process of sound. They inflict that energies upon the musicians and try to tear them down in all different kinds of directions, and this is not a path that is viable for Terry. She has gone down this path because it is a path that she chose and was introduced to her because she needed to be having music in her life. She has blended music and spirituality at the same time. It is a very good hybrid information that received that will take the students that she has into generations to come.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Okay, wow. What about her children? Could you scan her oldest son?
She knows he needs to leave this relationship and to express and fly his wings, but he lives in complete fear. He is overworked and stressed out, and he does not pay attention to what is going on in his body. He will continue in this fashion until he has a crisis. He has attempted to leave his spouse, but has not been able to do so because she has her claws into him.
Is there any healing that you could give him now from where you are? Could you send healing to him, or whatever you feel is best?
Can, but it will not be energy that is received because he does not understand it. And because he does not understand it, he does not want to receive it. I don't want to say this because ego, get out and go sit in the corner. But I'm receiving information that his wife will be passing soon.
Wow. Is there anything else about that you want to say?
That will set him free.
Wow. Okay.
He came into this lifetime because she was his mother in a past life. And he said he was going to take care of her regardless of what happened. That's the reason he takes all the abuse from her this year. These years.
Okay. Wow. Is there anything else about that you want to say?
It will be a tragedy. I'm receiving information that it will not be a pleasant death, but it is a death that she has chosen.
Okay. Right. Is there anything else about that you want to say?
These timelines can be changed. These timelines can be changed if they need to be. It is strictly her choice, her free will.
Wow. Okay.
She has inflicted a lot of abuse on many people, but she believes that it's because she can stick with her convictions. Her convictions are not worth anything. Her convictions are distorted truths, but she believes they are truths. And because she speaks from a forked tongue, her forked tongue will get her into all kind of trouble.
Interesting. Okay. Right. Let's see. What about the rest of her sons? What about her youngest? What do you notice about her youngest son?
Terry's grandson is a confused individual. He doesn't know where he stands. He has received a lot of verbal abuse from his mother and constant surveillance and clipping his wings. With the passing of her, he will mourn greatly. However, he will be able to fly and soar.
Amazing. Okay.
Not that we wish ill on any soul or individual, but these are choices and timelines that she has chosen. It is up to her free will as to whether or not she wants to continue down the path.
Can you send healing to all of her children and her grandchildren?
She does not have any grandchildren at this time. She only has her son. Her son will receive healing. We will send that energetically to him. His name is Evan. Evan will receive profound healing and a shift that he will not totally understand until 6 months later, when he will start to feel spirituality and start to kick in, and his awareness will be also heightened.
That's amazing.
Her granddaughter, who is with her youngest son, she is already connected with Terry spiritual when she was in utero. This child desires to fly. to fly. She will indeed soar because she and Terry are very connected. Terry will help her on her journey telepathically. They already communicate in this fashion. She is known as a golden child.
Mm.
She has been brought to unify the family because of all the traumas that have happened to all of them. She brings joy and excitement and unconditional love, as long as she is not receiving the programming from her father and her mother, her mother.
Mm.
She will have a mind of her own. She will flourish and do very well.
Is there anything else that you notice?
She will have an issue with her speech because she does not understand the human language. She wants to speak galactic, is what she wants to speak. And that is why Terry and her communicate telepathically, because they do not have to have a language in order to do that. All they have to do is communicate a thought.
Wow. It's amazing. Is there anything else you want to say about this?
Nothing else at this time.
All right. How can Terry find community?
She has been attempting to play pickleball. She gets to socialize, but she is not 100% herself because she cannot share the information of who she truly is. Thus, she feels clipped.
Mm.
The best way for her to do this is to explore workshops and to expand her social network. And the first no words for what she has to do.
Well, what does she have to do?
She has to connect with people heart to heart so that they see who she truly is. Because most people come from judgment. As this shifts and this changes, so her ability to expand her friendships and her communities. In the time being, what she has to do is to socialize as she has been continuing, since her health will be 100% improved, that she will be able to do the activities that she's enjoyed doing. Just don't be guarded. Be yourself.
Why? Why is that important?
Because people need to understand as they enjoy your presence, they also need to understand and receive your energy. And in order to do that, you need to connect with them heart to heart. As you connect with them heart to heart, the relationships and the bonds will grow. You are leery of people hurting you. Take down your walls. Even if you have to take them down one brick at a time. One brick at a time allows people in. As you see red flags, note them. Be aware of them. Do not judge. But what you also have to do is you have to accept people who they are, just as they accept you who they are. It is a reciprocal agreement between the two of you to establish a bond and a friendship. And should you choose a relationship of a male going forward, that will be happening when you are on a heart-to-heart path. You have done a lot of work to eliminate why you do not want a relationship, to create what you truly want in a relationship. As a relationship is available for you if you decide that that is the path that you want. You can have both the profession of the QHHT and also relationships with individuals that you desire. But it is based upon your terms. Makes no sense to me, but anyways, your terms in regards to what you desire.
Okay, so it's based on her terms?
Yes. You have been bending over backwards for creating relationships with close friends that do not reciprocate in regards to what you offer. You are a giving person. You give, which is why your left side is an issue, because you are not receiving. When you receive and you give at the same time, you are balanced. Thus, getting out of bed every day and standing on both 2 feet and stating, I am balanced, will help you with that process.
Oh, tell me more about that.
It is while you are still in the theta state to create it into the beta state and the alpha state to stay with you for the rest of the day. And as you repeat this every day without fail, it will strengthen your energetic body and balance both the male and the female side of your bodies.
Well, that's incredible. Okay, so when she's in that state, you just want her to focus on that, and then how quickly will she notice a difference?
Immediately.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And so you said she could have a relationship with a man if it's on her terms. And is there any other advice that you want to give her when it comes to having a relationship?
She is open and ready to receive. And she has a guide that was the jazz piano player for her. And Bart will whisper when it is time, although she will also know by his vision, because she is aware, even when she buys new dishes that she sees on Amazon, that those new dishes are going to be in her cabinet, which are now years ahead of time, because again, she time travels energetically for purchases that she makes. It's actually quite amazing.
That is amazing. Is there anything else about this you want to tell her?
How about time travel?
Yeah, sure, about time travel.
Time travel is easy when you understand and know how to do it. You have to go energetically. It is kind of like quantum jumping, but not really. Quantum jumping is something completely different. However, time travel allows you to go energetically to a specific location in a future time or a past time to change the outcome of whatever happened, or a future time for whatever you desire to retrieve information for and how to use it in your current lifetime. It is actually quite easy. Terry just needs to tap into how to accomplish that, to time travel now, to receive the information of what she desires.
Okay, what exactly does she need to do then?
It's regards of meditation, and meditation taking you to a specific time in a specific location by you setting the dates and the times. energetically that does not exist, but you need to establish a timeline as to like what it is in the vortex to receive that information. And that information, you go to that timeline energetically and receive what you need to receive, whether it is visual, whether it is instructions, whether it is reading a book. That book that is presently being written but not published will be published in that future timeline. You just need to access that information.
Wow.
That information at the same time is being downloaded to the author that is being created, but you are visually reading that book in the future timeline.
Oh, I love it. What do you want to tell her about this book that she's supposed to write?
It will be about her QHHT sessions, similar to what Sarah writes in regards to,
Wonderful.
but it will be more in regards to time travel.
Oh, I love it. Okay, great. Do you have any advice for her when it comes to that?
Be open to everything. Receive with discernment. You know how to do that.
When do you want her to start writing this?
After she comes back from Egypt, she will start automatic writing and things will just flow. Her practice of QHHT will also improve, which will help to provide subjects for time travel.
Great. Is there anything else about this you want to say?
Not at this time.
Is there anything else you want to say about anything at all that I didn't ask that you want to share with her?
Not at this time.
Are you complete with everything you wanted to share with her? Is there anything else?
Even though you may not understand the true definition of love, to know that you are loved unconditionally, just as you loved your dog Muffin. And that will help you to understand what unconditional love is and how we feel about you.
Oh, that's beautiful. So that's how you feel about her, is how she felt towards her dog?
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She already knows that Muffin will be reincarnated into another dog and that she will supplement her joy and unconditional love with others as she and Muffin too will become therapy for
Oh,
hospital patients.
oh, that's amazing. When do you want her to get this other dog?
After she comes back from Egypt, she will
Mm.
travel less because her QHHT practice will be flourishing and she will need to be home, even though she can do it by Zoom. Travel takes a lot out of the physical body
Mm.
and also of the energetic body and requires readjustments.
Okay, okay. Is there anything else you want to tell her?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much. Now I'd like to ask the higher self